Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Redline First Impression on this chilly fall afternoon here in the DC area. And this week, Fiat has sent me over their first ever crossover SUV. So in this video, I'm going to go over my top 5 likes and top 5 dislikes. So let's get started. So jumping right in, let's talk about the top 5 things that I dislike about this car. Number 5 has to go to the cutesy styling. Now, Fiat tried their best to kind of butch up this car, but it still has that cutesy little bubbly look that the 500 hatchback basically carried over into this car. So for some of you, that may be a deal breaker, and then for others, you may actually really like the design. Number 4 will have to go to the headlights on this car. Now, Fiat comes standard with a dual projector beam halogen bulb. However, the company doesn't offer any LED or HID option on this car, even on this top trim that I'm showing you. And that's kind of a glaring omission, a little bit of a safety concern. So I'm hoping that Fiat will rectify that in the coming years. Number 3 for dislikes will probably go to the interior trim pieces. Now, everybody knows that Fiat is now a part of FCA. They own the Chrysler Corporation. So you do see a little bit of part sharing here. Most of the interior quality materials here is good. However, there's a few switch gears, such as on the window switches, on the dashboard, that just feel a little bit cheap and chintzy, and they don't really match the rest of the nice interior design for the rest of this car. Number 2 for dislikes is definitely going to go to the famed, or mostly unloved, 9-speed ZF transmission. Now, don't get me wrong, this transmission has a lot of gears. It's one of the most gears you can get in this class. However, the car's transmission behaves like a 4-speed, and it has about the same brain power as a 3-speed automatic. It's just clunky, it gets confused all the time, and it makes the otherwise pleasant driving 500X a rather annoying chore to drive on an everyday basis. But most of all, my number 1 dislike for this car has to go to that rude engine that's underneath the hood. This is the company's 2.4-liter World engine, the Tiger Shark 4-cylinder. Now, this is the upgraded engine. However, it's most of you who buy this car is going to get that engine because the base 1.4 is only available on the basic pop with a manual, and how many of you actually buy that trim with front-wheel drive? And that's not to say the engine is completely horrible. It moves the car out fine. It's just rude, it's noisy, it's crude, it's really unrefined, slow to rev. It basically reminds me of 4-cylinders from 5-10 years ago, and I really think Fiat could do better underneath the hood. They should have just used the 1.4 turbo as the standard engine. Now, doing a complete 180, let's talk about the things that I like about the Fiat 500X. And number 5 is going to go to the cute styling. Now, I know I talked about this as a dislike earlier. However, it's also a like because some of you really want a vehicle that looks like this. It's very different from all the cookie-cutter SUVs, and the fact that it's a Fiat, it's an Italian brand, it may just be the decision that'll sway you to picking this vehicle. Number 4 for my top 5 likes is going to go to the overall interior design. Now, this vehicle does share a platform with the Jeep Renegade that I showed you guys earlier this year. However, the interior design is very unique to Fiat, and they've really put a lot of high-quality dashboard materials in here, along with the famed Uconnect head unit in this interior that really make the overall experience much more enjoyable versus some of the other things that I didn't like about the car. Number 3 for my top 5 likes has to go to the seats. Now, my tester has an optional brown saddle type leather, which is very comfortable. It feels very soft, it's very supportive, and I was really impressed with the overall quality of the seats. Didn't really expect it, especially at this price point. Number 2 for my top 5 likes is definitely going to go to the heated steering wheel on my tester. Now, most of the vehicles in this class don't offer a premium feature like that, but if you guys are driving in cold climates like I am right now, this heated steering wheel is definitely a welcome addition in terms of the features. Now, number 1 in my top 5 likes for this all-new Fiat 500 actually have to go to the handling. I was a little surprised because when I drove the Renegade earlier this year, I found it to be rather fun. It felt a little bit big, a little bit more less sporty, and Fiat kind of tuned the 500X to feel a little bit more car-like. Basically, it just drives like a big, tall 500 hatchback, and that's definitely not a bad thing. Fiat's 500 definitely drives very sporty, and it's carried over in the handling, the steering, and the feel when you start pushing this car through corners. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed my Redline first impression of the 2016 Fiat 500X. If you guys are waiting to see a full review, stay tuned, because I will be doing a full Redline review on this vehicle where I talk about all of the things that I like and I dislike, where I elaborate a little bit more and then talk about its competitors, the price. But in the meantime, if you guys are looking to see the latest cars I'm testing, make sure you follow me on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.